It's the spring of 2021, but this bold styling statement is the 2022 Mitsubishi Outlander. It's called a 22 because it's all new from its predecessor, and there's a bit of a family secret involved here as well. Let's take it for a drive today on Family Wheels. The family secret I mentioned isn't much of a secret. The Outlander is built on the same platform as the Nissan Rogue, which debuted the new chassis several months earlier in late 2020. Mitsubishi is the smallest member of the Renault-Nissan-Mitsubishi alliance, joining out of financial necessity in 2016. Nissan is the largest shareholder in Mitsubishi, while Renault is the largest shareholder in Nissan. In May 2020, the companies ruled out a merger, but announced a cost-saving plan to reduce the number of platforms and models. And so we have the 2022 Outlander, the first completely new Mitsubishi to hit our market since joining the alliance. Although the engine, transmission, wheelbase, and other key manufacturing elements are the same on the Outlander and the Rogue, they are convincingly different from each other in styling, outside and in, and on the road. Foremost is the Outlander's front end, which really ups the look of a warrior's shield, the tapering black center flanked by large C-shaped chrome strips separating it from stacked headlights. If they put you in mind of torpedo tubes, join the club. It's a decidedly different look, but also works. The V-themed front of the Rogue is also attractive, just more conservative. The exterior differences extend to all areas of the two SUVs. Designers of the Outlander's slightly larger and much improved interior must have had Joe Cocker's 1978 album Luxury You Can Afford on repeat in their studio. The materials are high quality, soft in the right places, with an orange-on-black contrast that's tasteful. The shifter slides back and forth like a computer mouse. I quickly adapted to its unusual operation, except when changing from park to reverse, which can only be accessed by going down to neutral and back up to R. The patterned aluminum plate surrounding the shifter and drive mode selector is a luxury touch, but if strong sunlight hits it at just the right angle, it results in major glare. Our top-spec model has pretty much all the comfort, convenience, safety, and utility features one could hope for, with the exception of ventilated front seats. Otherwise, it's a parade of niceties, including a panoramic sunroof. The Outlander also has more buttons and dials than some of its competitors, a deliberate move to reduce the distraction of tapping a touchscreen. Oh yes, there's a third row in this thing, and really I don't know why. I've moved the second row seat, the right-hand side of the second row seat, about as far forward as possible. There's maybe another inch or two of travel left. Now let's take a look at what's behind in the third row. And as you can see, it's very tight back there, and remember, that's with the second row moved forward. And this, by the way, is the third row of seats with the second row set for basic adult comfort. So the third row is there, but only in a literal pinch. Push the second row forward and you could get a seatbelt anchored forward-facing child seat or booster seat in there, but that's about it. Our standard tester storage here at Family Wheels is 3 bags of groceries, a backpack, and a stroller. Let's put them in the back of the 2022 Mitsubishi Outlander. As you can see, there's still oodles of room left, and that, of course, is with the second row up. Good work, Mitsubishi. Our rear-facing child seat fits just fine in the back, and up front, still got room for an adult. And once we start thinking of the Outlander as a 2-row SUV, there's a lot of practicality here, a lot of storage space. Right at the back, there's a little spot for the cover, the pull-out cover, to hide, so it doesn't stay in the way. And then you can always fold down the second row. With the second row folded forward, you don't get a perfectly flat storage area. The Outlander has 6 driving modes. They're adjustable by a knob here in the center stack behind the shifter. Those modes are Eco, Normal, Tarmac, Gravel, Snow, and Mud. And now we're going down a lane in my neighborhood, by the way, that is a bit like a goat path, and it's a good test of a car's aplomb in a bumpy situation. The Outlander is doing well. And mere meters away, we encounter one of the steeper hills in Vancouver, so let's test the pep of our Outlander its 4-cylinder, 2.5-liter engine. Well, it complains a bit. It's only got 181 horsepower, 181 pound-feet of torque as well. But remember, it's not a turbocharged engine, so the torque doesn't come on all that early, about 3,600 RPM for the torque max. So it takes a little while to get wound up, if you will. So with just 181 horsepower and close to 2 tons of vehicle to move, you're not going to be doing any track days in this vehicle. Nonetheless, it's reasonably peppy, and here we are in a freeway-like situation and keeping up quite nicely. I've moved it into tarmac mode, which I guess is the closest thing they have to sport on this vehicle. We'll go through some twisty bits. Very composed, quite pleasant, and due in no small part to good suspension tuning and some nice fat tires on 20-inch rims. Brakes, by the way, are nice and linear. They stop you just fine. I must say, the more I've driven the 2022 Outlander, the more impressed I've become by its smoothness and quietness. It's really made a step up, especially from the previous model. And it's reasonably fun to drive. I'm in normal mode here, still having a pretty good time going through some curvy bits. But again, switching back to tarmac mode definitely sharpens up the response and makes it even more fun. Mitsubishi says development of the Outlander and Rogue beyond the platform specs was carried out separately, and the Outlander is made in Aichi in Okazaki Prefecture in Japan, the Rogue in New Smyrna, Tennessee, USA. In previous versions, the Rogue outsold the Mitsubishi by a lot, but this sportier and classier Outlander, now on the same platform, could narrow that margin. The bigger picture, though, is the Renault-Nissan-Mitsubishi alliance pushing to gain ground in a crowded field of excellent compact crossovers. That race has been led for years by the Toyota RAV4, pursued by the Honda CR-V, Ford Escape, Mazda CX-5, Hyundai Tucson, Subaru Forester and Crosstrek, and the Volkswagen Tiguan, to name a few. The Outlander is a standouter in this crowd thanks to its strong styling, plus a now competitive interior and handling. Mitsubishi's secret sauce is the plug-in hybrid electric version, which was a strong seller in the previous version. The new Outlander is likely to get the PHEV treatment, but we don't know when. Bonus, the Nissan Rogue could be getting the same PHEV setup. That's our look at the 2022 Mitsubishi Outlander. Frankly, I'm more impressed than I expected. I really like its smoothness and its luxury despite the relatively low horsepower. What do you think? Leave a comment. Thanks for subscribing, and thanks for watching. I'm Richard Detman. See you next time on Family Wheels.